Welcome to Yes Chef Cook Fresh. I'm not actually going to cook tonight. I'm doing a very simple starter, which is a ceviche of fish. I did go to my local supermarket today, and it's struggling, as everyone's struggling. And so I was going to use sea bass. If they didn't have any sea bass that was good enough, because it has to be super fresh, then I was going to use bream. Wasn't happy with that, so I ended up with this yellowfin tuna, and as you can see, it's beautiful. The only problem is with it, it's already been cut against the grain, so I've got to slice this as thin as possible so you can see the grain here. I really want to be cutting it that way, but I can't do that because how small it is. Anyway, coming back to the tuna, it does look absolutely stunning, and even though I promote my normal in-house, my normal supermarket, which I will tell you what it's called. It's called Morrison's, and I think they're great, but they are struggling at the moment. Woo! They haven't got this, they haven't got that, the delivery hasn't come, and so on, so on. Anyway, this yellowfin tuna, absolutely beautiful, and I'm doing this for 2 people. The price of the tuna was about, I think it was just shy of £7, and I think it's great. You know, you get a beautiful piece of tuna. As you can see, my photographer, she's doing a fantastic job of close-ups here. And the idea is that as we're not cooking it, it will be eaten raw, but the cooking process will be with acid. So I'm going to use lime juice. The only ingredients that they didn't have in my local indoor supermarket or my indoor market was grapefruit juice or grapefruit. I generally like to use pink grapefruit to go on this because I believe in South America that's what they use. So this dish is for 2 people, and I'm using a beautiful plate, and once I've finished it, the two of you, or even 3 of you possibly, can share this and take it onto your smaller plate together. I've done a little bit of preparation already, as you can see, and when I finish it, you can go, wow, that's fantastic. Just to let you know, I'm using my fish board, which occasionally comes out. I have my other chopping board underneath, which is the one I use for everyday vegetables and so on. Anyway, fish is almost sliced up, and as you can see, it would feed 3 people. I'm going to leave it at that, even though I've got a tiny little bit left over. Maybe I can put one more slice just in there, and I'll eat that later. So now your fish is ready. I'm going to put a tiny little bit of salt on top because it does need it. Sprinkles beautifully, and I use quality salt all the time. Then I've got some spring onions that I've already sliced, and be generous. Sprinkle them over evenly, and then once I've finished this dish, you want to give it about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes once you've added the lime juice. I like a little bit of chili, so I'm just going to put a few little slices on top, and then the most important thing for me is lots of coriander. And you can see already that it's looking fantastic, and don't be shy with this. On you go. That's the time when you add your lime juice. I'm just going to cut one over and squeeze it. Be generous. Don't just go one. There's no point. And once you've done the one, I've got a few little segments that I segmented earlier that I'm going to put on the top as well. This is it's such a refreshing, beautiful dish. So these little ones, this would have been my grapefruit segments that they didn't have. And so I've got a little bit more lime juice that I'm going to put in and on top. Look at that, it's looking beautiful. I've got some coriander, just to give it a little bit of a lift, give it a bit of life on top. And then the last thing of all, please buy some really quality olive oil. Please don't use vegetable oil. It's poison. Use olive oil and be generous with it. On you go. And now, that's when you give it about a minute and a half, just to let the lime juice do its job. And then when you eat it, it'll be absolutely fantastic. Signing off. Yes, Chef Cook Fresh. Please enjoy your ceviche. Just one last thing. Use salmon, sea bass, anything you find, but quality fresh fish. Good night.